Michael Whatley back with us once again live here on the Hill. Michael, you know how this goes. If the president starts speaking, we have to jump in. But I thank you for being with us tonight here on the Hill. So let me start with this. Are you one of those Republicans that is aligned with the president and says everything's great with the economy, doing a great job, nothing wrong? Or are you one of those Republicans who say there's still work to do?
Absolutely aligned with the president. And I think that a mission is not accomplished yet. President Biden damaged our economy to such a degree that it is going to take a long time for it to get back to full tilt, right? But the fact is it's getting better every single day because of the policies that President Trump has put into place. You showed that chart. Inflation absolutely spiked under Joe Biden with his inflationary spending. We saw it up to 9%, 34% over the course of his tenure. The fact is that it is back down at 2.7 is a great thing, but we're not done yet, right? We've seen 700,000 jobs that have been created since President Trump took office. We are all about creating jobs, raising wages, and lowering prices. The economy is undoubtedly going to be a lot stronger, but we still have work to do.
I would note unemployment -3 out of the last 6 months, though. I wonder what you make of this, though, Michael. Personal financial situation over the past year. Of course, President Trump has been the president for the majority of the past year. 35% say their situation is worse, only compared to 21% say it's better.
Right now, President Trump is creating jobs, wages are going up, inflation is going down. This is what we need to have. And we also have the tax provisions that were passed last July, extension of the Trump tax cuts, middle tax class tax cuts, plus no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. When people get their tax bills and their refunds this year, they're going to be in better shape. Overall, the economy is in a position and it's going to keep getting better.
As I noted to our audience here on NewsNation or those listening to us on SiriusXM, you were the RNC chair. Now you're running for Senate in North Carolina. So you got to think about your home state there in North Carolina. You have 1 million people in the Tar Heel state who are on Obamacare, who use the Affordable Care Act. And there's this debate right now about whether or not to extend the subsidies, which, if they're not extended, raise the premiums for 1 million people in your backyard, Michael. Roy Cooper, who you're running against most likely in the head-to-head showdown, says this should be easy. Washington must vote to prevent healthcare costs from skyrocketing and extend the ACA subsidies. Do you agree with him there?
We need to have a conversation about Obamacare, right? When they passed Obamacare with nothing but Democratic votes, they said that your insurance rates were not going to go up, that health care costs were going to go down. They lied. They said that you could keep your doctor. They lied.
I hear you on the conversation, but what about that?
Dramatically since Obamacare passed. North Carolina, we have the highest health care costs in the entire country. They're entirely too high. I would like to see conversations, substantive conversations, moving forward on it, and we'll see whether or not just extending these subsidies, which basically go directly to the health care companies and do not lower health care costs for the patients and the consumers, that's not necessarily the answer. What I'd like to say is that, look, we saw President Trump negotiate directly with drug care companies to be able to bring down drug costs in America, right? So that we're not necessarily paying much more than the rest of the world. I'd like to see something like that should
Michael,
maybe be codified in legislation.
What about now? Because the calendar turns to 2026 in 2 weeks. Should the premiums go up for the folks in your state?
Look, I think right now premiums are entirely too high, and if we extend these Obamacare subsidies, then the rates are still going up for everybody else. Obamacare has definitely been a failure. We need to figure out a long-term solution.
Trump, as I mentioned, the president will be in North Carolina tomorrow, campaigning there for you. The polling shows that you're down anywhere from 5 to 6. The betting markets have it at about a 75% chance for the Democratic nominee. What is the president, what are you hoping from him in North Carolina tomorrow?
Well, look, the president is extremely popular in North Carolina. He carried it all 3 times, 2016, 2020, and 2024. He understands the issues that matter in North Carolina. He campaigned on rebuilding our economy, restoring our borders, and making sure that America is respected again around the world. Those are the issue sets that North Carolina voters care about. Those are the issue sets that I'm running on right now. And I think that his message to North Carolina is that help is on the way. The policies that we have enacted as Republicans last year, that he is implementing right now as president, are going to help, and this economy is going to continue to get better.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.